Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now, this is going to be a different kind of video. I'm going to be starting to make some kind of wait, hold on. God damn it. Is it working? Hold on, let me check. All right, it's working. Hold on. Hold on. So hold on, let me cook. All right. So basically what is happening is I'm basically going to be making reaction videos. The gaming videos are not going to stop, don't worry. I just wanted to do a bit of variety with the videos. So yeah, I thought, you know what, if I want to start doing reaction videos, might as well start off with something cool with OverSimplified. Now, if you don't know who OverSimplified is, it's basically a guy that narrates, like animates like things from history and just turns it all into, I wouldn't say fun, but kind of like entertaining, you know? Say, for example, if you take, well, we're doing World War One. We're basically reacting to World War One, basically taking all of the boring stuff in history class and turning it into something entertaining. So this is, this goes on for like 6 minutes and a half almost. But yeah, so basically, yeah, we're gonna be reacting to Oversimplified World War One. It's I've reacted to most of the majority of the videos, but it's been ages. It's been like, I'd say, months and months, almost a year since I've seen these videos. So yeah, I don't want to go in and want you guys thinking, oh, he's just gonna like he's rewatching it so that you know, pretending like he's never seen it before. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm watching it because I haven't seen it in ages, and I kind of forgot like a quarter of it. And keep in mind, also keep in mind, I've learned about World War One, World War Two. I've learned about both of them. I learned about World War One back in can't remember if it was either year 8 or year 9. I don't know, one of the two. Yeah, we learnt majority of that, and then World War Two we learnt last year in year 10. I know the majority of it and what happens. But I just want to see how oversimplified. Like, what was their spin on how to tell a story like this, and a thing that involves like genocide and death and destruction and stuff like that, and turn it into something very entertaining. So I'm gonna quit rambling. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. If you want to see more reaction videos, or if you guys are like Max, I don't want to see reaction videos or whatever. If you guys want me to stop, just comment down below. But yeah, Oversimplified, subscribe to him. I'll put all his links in the description, including this video. Let's get right onto this. I'm gonna turn off subtitles and dismissed. Settings. No, I don't want quality. I want HD, please. I want me some HD. All right, let's get on reacting.
The world of 1914, a time of modern technology, culture, and fashion. Truly the height of civilization.
Yep.
Let's have a war. Everyone knew a big war was coming.
Straight up.
France wanted some stuff back that Germany had taken from it. Germany wanted to take more of everyone's stuff, and they were building a big sexy navy that was making the British uncomfortable. These two empires thought they were really cool, but lots of different people who lived there didn't think it was so cool. And some of them had even been declaring independence with help from Russia. Everyone was talking about each other behind each other's backs, throwing the fact that military technology had come a long way since the last major war, and suddenly everyone was pretty eager to beat each other up. In this area of Austria-Hungary live some Serbs and Bosnians who hated living in Austria-Hungary. So the Austro-Hungarian Archduke Franz Ferdinand...
I remember, when Austria-Hungary became a thing, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the reason a lot of people hated it was because, not because it was Austria and Hungary combined. I think it was more of like it was more of their culture that was being tampered with, like being combined. I don't know. It was very confusing at the time, or something to learn about, but I think that was part of the reason why people didn't like it as much, is because, you know, Austria and Hungary, both their cultures are different. The way they live is different. They have different views, different laws, and I think, just being combined would have just made things complicated. It's like combining Australia and frickin' New Zealand. Like, I mean, it'd be okay, but it wouldn't really make any sense, if you get what I mean. But anyway, let's play the video.
Goes there for a nice drive in an open-top car with his car's route published in advance. And that went just about as well as you'd expect.
7 essential tips for assassinating world leaders. You won't believe number 3.
Some assassins were waiting for him along the way and threw bombs at his car, but they missed and blew up some officers behind him instead. So the Archduke goes into hiding, leaves Sarajevo, and the whole war never happens. Except no, the Archduke doesn't leave, but instead goes back out in the open-top car to visit the injured officers in hospital. The driver takes a wrong turn and by sheer coincidence gets stuck beside one of the failed assassins, who shoots him. Austria-Hungary is understandably pissed about all this, and they think the Serbian government had something to do with it, which they might have. So they go to their ally Germany.
We've never actually established if the Serbian government had something to do with it. I mean, there was a high suspicion at the time, I assume, after the assassination happened, but I don't know if it was... Again, you guys can yell at me in the comments, oh yeah, Serbia did this, Serbia did that. I don't know, okay? I'm just here to learn... They might explain later in the video, hey, maybe the Serbian government had something to do with this, or maybe after this video I might look up I don't know. But what I'm saying is there was a lot of controversies surrounding the assassination of... I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. But yeah, a lot of controversy. And you never know, the Serbian government may had something to do with it, they may not, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Don't yell at me, please.
And say, hey, Germany.
I only know the basics of World War II and World War One. I know a little much more deeper, but I think there may have been some things that I don't know yet. So, correct me if I'm wrong.
We're going to declare war on Serbia, and Germany is all for that. So Austria-Hungary send a big list of impossible demands to Serbia, and when Serbia refuses, they declare war. Austria-Hungary and Germany are friends. And Serbia is protected by Russia, who's friends with France, so they'll declare war on each other. Montenegro joins in too. France and Britain also have a kind of alliance, so when France says, hey Britain, you got my back? Britain is like, maybe? And then they decide to stay out of it, which is great for Germany, because Germany has a plan. They know that Russia is so big and clumsy that it will take them a while to get ready for war.
I always thought it was more of a good advantage for Russia to be big. Because I thought, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I always thought, back then, the bigger the country, the better. But no, I think it just depends on, first of all, your military size, the amount of civilians you have, and I think, keep in mind, I think the majority of Russia doesn't have much in it, kind of like with Australia, like, each end of Australia on the coast is all the main cities of Australia, like Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, and all that. Not exactly the case with Russia, but I think it's similar to that. But, yeah, alright, let's continue.
So with this guy in charge, Germany will send all its troops into France at lightning speed while Russia's getting ready, defeat France, then move all the troops to Russia and defeat Russia.
I think it was because, because they had so much land, they had more things to focus on, if that makes sense.
And then we all speak German and eat Pfefferpottast every day. Just one problem. France has loads of forts and defenses along its German border, and Germany can't waste any time fighting them, so Germany decides to go around them. Through Belgium.
Uh-oh. Belgium? What
Belgium
are you gonna do,
is
man?
neutral, but Germany wants to march 750,000 troops through it to get around France's defenses. They're hoping Belgium will just kind of sit down and shut up, but they don't. They fight back. And they're pretty good too, so they slow the Germans down. What's worse is that Britain shows up, and they're pretty pissed that Germany's invading neutral countries.
Understandably
so now
so.
Britain declares war on Germany. So Germany push on through Belgium and commit some atrocities along the way. They also wear spikes.
I like how he's just like, alright, so Germany goes through Belgium, commits a few atrocities here and there, like bombing families' houses and all that stuff, and like just says it casually.
And sometimes skulls on the uniform. So if you're trying to not look like the bad guys, good job. The Allies have a propaganda extravaganza, and this starts having an influence around the world, notably in America. The US President Woodrow Wilson sees himself as a bit of a Jesus figure, and spends most of the war trying to get everyone to just hug it out. But there's also a large population of ethnic Germans living in the United States, and when the war first broke out, they were like, yay, Germany. But now that they're committing atrocities in Belgium, they're less enthusiastic.
Yeah, not so
Let's play Spot the French Soldier.
Now that they're doing that shit.
Did you see him?
He's right there.
Easy, right? He's wearing a bright blue uniform with red trousers. And do you know who else spotted him easily too? The Germans. So when the French were...
I guess what they're trying to say is like shots fired at the freaking German uniforms for being too colourful so that the Germans can see them easily in the battlefield, which was a disadvantage. Because nowadays you've got to be camouflaged. So I think France, after a few decades, learnt their lesson. Not in World War II. God, no. They didn't really upgrade much in World War II in the beginning. But anyway, let's continue.
Slowly marching in columns through the countryside, the Germans easily tore them to shreds with their giant guns. All the nations involved in this war went in with an old-school war mentality, and all of them had to update their uniforms and tactics a lot during the Great War.
Nope.
Because this war was going to be like nothing anyone had ever seen before. Russia's ready for war, and way earlier than expected.
Gulp.
Hey, Austria-Hungary, can you get on top of that? Oh yeah, sure, we've got this. Nope. So Germany has to send some
just one little nudge and just, nope!
troops back to the east to defend against the Russians. The chief of staff of the Austro-Hungarian army is this guy, and although he is handsome, he turns out not to be the best military strategist. Austria-Hungary constantly ignores Germany's advice, and then comes running back to Germany whenever they get in trouble. Austria-Hungary even gets its ass kicked by tiny Serbia, who repels all their invasion attempts at the start of the war. It's better news for Germany in the north, though, where they almost completely wipe out the Russian Second Army. Back on the Western Front, the Germans continue advancing and are in sight of Paris. At this point, anyone would be forgiven for thinking the Germans were going to get that quick victory after all, but then things start to go wrong. The French commander-in-chief knew something had to be done, and he ordered his armies to stop retreating. In the resulting battle, a gap opened up in the German lines. If a gap opens up, the enemy can use it to flank you from the side and behind, so the German armies have to retreat. The Allies launch a counterattack, so the Germans dig into defensive positions.
Trench warfare.
The Allies do the same. Then both sides move north, trying to outflank each other along the way. When they reach the sea, they're in a stalemate with trench systems running the whole way from the coast to Switzerland, the beginning of trench warfare on the Western Front. Here's how trench warfare works. Two opposing lines of trenches with no man's land in between. One side would pummel the other with hundreds of thousands of artillery shells, sometimes for days at a time. This had a huge psychological...
That'd also be kind of worthless, because I think that at the time when they were doing this, yeah, they were getting a lot of casualties, but if you did this nowadays, like, governments like that using trench warfare would be losing a lot of fucking money, because they're using all their best bombs, equipment, and guns, and weapons, and ammo just for a specific area that, you know, even when people aren't getting hit, that it's just, you know, not as useful nowadays, but I'm pretty sure at this point it was, yeah, it was used commonly. But I do believe in the Ukraine war, the recent Ukraine war, Russia-Ukraine, I saw, like, GoPro footage of, Ukrainians, reusing trench warfare, not the exact way, they did it in World War I and World War II, but similar. So, yeah, some aspects of that are still being used, but yeah. If you use trench warfare nowadays, I'd assume you'd lose a lot of good stuff and good money and good equipment from it.
Effect on the soldiers, leaving many shell-shocked.
And good weapons and good bombs.
Then, the attacking troops would leave their trenches and rush across no man's land. A muddy wet mass of shell craters and barbed wire. The defending trench would unleash machine gun fire on the attackers, inflicting thousands of casualties. The attackers would send wave after wave until either they gave up or the opposing trench...
See, this is what I'm talking about. It was pointless because, you know, you're wasting your men, you're wasting all your ammo, you're wasting a bunch of shit. Like, I don't understand. But again, this was 1914. I mean, mistakes were made. So, yeah. Oh, my bad.
was finally overrun. There would be months of fighting and the deaths of thousands in order to gain a few meters or kilometers of land.
Yeah.
Living...
Because at that point, they were just relying on trench warfare. Yeah.
In the trenches was hard work too. Corpses, mud that could swallow you whole, pools of poisonous water, rats, disease, the smell. It's insane that millions of soldiers put up with these conditions, and commanders ordered them to...
Rest in peace, by the way. Rest in peace.
Do so for years.
Well, guys, that was my reaction on World War One Oversimplified Part 1. I hope you all enjoyed this reaction video. Please do not frickin' murder me in the comments saying, "Oh, Max, you said a lot of this wrong. You said a lot of this like you said a lot of stuff." I don't know. Like, it's, you know, when it comes to war and, you know, governments and topics like that, you know, people can get, you know, easily you know, raveled up because it's like people are like, "Oh no, this is right, and this is wrong," you know. But yeah, again, I don't care. So if you hate me, then go ahead, hate me. But that's just my take on it. You know, it's not everyone's opinion, but yeah. Yeah, and I'm only comparing some of the stuff back then to now, so just keep in mind for that. Yeah, I'll catch you all next time. See you all next video. I'm gonna react to part 2. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next video. Bye, everyone.